Valley along with you for this one, as we've had some wild games so far. And it'll be the Calgary Bisons versus Delta Academy Green. As we'll stand aside for the national anthem, you'll get your starting lineups. Fraser Valley Thunderbirds last night. The starting goaltenders will go at center ice first. It's going to be Caleb Matthews, who was a hero in that game against Fraser Valley, up against Will Shepard. Having a look at Nathan Giesbrecht coming in to take at the point, as 4 games played for the Bisons, and Delta though wins the draw they can't clear, as Yellowega will have it and slide down low in the corner as Giesbrecht holds at the point, and now a chance for Delta to clear. They'll be able to do so. Cross ice passes. Towns Kozicki plays it no further than the Delta blue line before Delta's back on. Giam looking for some help, trying to slide down low, looking for Dalton Toma. Bisons will have a power play as they come into the tournament. They scored on 11 of 68 chances in league play so far, as it will be a boarding call against the Jackson DeGraves, who will serve, and it will be a power play for Calgary, and they win the possession. Off the draw, Yellowega, his shot is Flusik, backhand, scores! Bison's on the board early. It's 1-0, and knocking it through and leading the charge as Christian Stephenson makes it 1-0 Bisons. As it's a power play goal. As Stephenson with the goal. Matthews was Stephenson, the goal scorer for the Bisons on the power play with a good burst of speed. He'll get around his man for a second, but then he gets stepped up at the last moment by Caleb Hartman. Delta try to clear, can't right away, as a long shot's going to be sticked aside by Pierce. Watkins had a pair of goals in that game against the Thunderbirds last night. We'll have an updated look at our out-of-town scoreboard in a little bit. As plenty of action today at the Rocky Mountain Classic, and more to come tonight. Puck shot in. He's in to take it. Is Yellowega. He'll play it off as Watkins. Out, but stays in momentarily. Bisons have some issues. Cooper keeps it alive. Shot on goal. Carley the save. Puck up in the air. Knocked down as Yellowega will try to find Watkins. He has to turn back. He gives it away. Here's Delta with a shot. As trying to pull the trigger was Guillaume, and he chipped ahead. Cooper comes back for it. So Matthews will tie his man up in the circle, but it's Green coming away with possession on a win by Sandu. Dip Padrina looked for Sandu. Now a chance for Delta Green, walking in, fanning on it, but still getting towards the goal. Sandu almost batted it home. Stockdale at the point. Stephenson will chip it ahead, and it could be a 2-1 for the Bisons, but overskating the puck is Matthews. He had Watkins right with him. They'll try again. Stephenson on the tape for Watkins. Lost the handle though, and all he could do is just float one so far in the first. And the face-off win by Calgary. Giesbrecht shovels it out to the corner boards, but back in there for Delta. Here's Oleskovic turning and firing. Doesn't get to the Bison net though. Delta creeping in a little bit more, trying to tie this game at 1. As Sandu will hold his man on the wall. McLazen trying to get it free and up, not out yet. Oresklovic waits, keeps, fires, scores! Jacob Oresklovic, after the Bisons failed a couple times to exit the zone, and Oresklovic makes no mistake and will tie this game up against Karen Tackney. Off the draw, it's going to be won by the Bisons and able to dispatch the first few seconds of the power play. Chance now Delta in as Harrington buzzing. As back come the Delta Green. Some room to walk in. Here's Lynn, cross ice, Oresklovic, and the puck hopped over his stick. May have had an open net. Now Oresklovic returns. Lynn, stick saved by Carly. It'll go out to Lee. He tries to walk in. He's cut off by Tackney, but finds some room at the point for Oresklovic. Return feed as Lee just backhands it in behind that for Kravchak. Waits for Lynn, tied up. Harrington has it to the point. Nice step move by Lee. Now cross ice, looking for Pantelakis on the feet as Delta's power play. They'll make a change in the offensive zone. Good puck control. Lee goes across one-timer and a slap shot. Able to track was Carly. He is Oresklovic and Harrington for Delta. Christian Stephenson for the Bisons. Shots on goal, 17-7 in favor of Delta Green. Plenty on the line. Delta wanting to go 3-0 in the round robin and get ready for the playoffs. Bisons fighting for a spot to get there at the Rocky Mountain Classic. We'll be back with the second period. You're watching the Rocky Mountain Classic on HNLIVE. Harrington, Christian Stephenson for the Bisons. Puck is down and by Braden Gorley. Now Delta Green. Up is Hartman. Gets in over the line. Forced outside, knocked away. And to take it for Delta Green is Damian Kravchak, I should say. Now Del Perdina, I should say. As the Bisons recover, but they can't get it out. Lynn, couple nice moves to the forehand. Lynn, stop, rebound, Carly there, loose puck, they score! And the first stoppage of the second period results in a goal for Delta. 1:13 left on the power play. Face-off won by Delta once more. Trying to add to their lead as they scored 13 times coming into this game today. Here's a chance. Lynn, dipsy doodles, can't get a shot away though. Now he drops. Here's Lee in the slot for Harrington. Drop back. Lynn, a shot. Pat saved by Carly. The rebound lifted high over the Bison net. Delta still trying to jam at it. It's loose. And finally the Bisons will slap it out of harm's way as outside the Bison zone. As Lee will float it in. Yellowega goes back to retrieve it for Calgary. Up on the wall is just in over the Delta zone, and Matthews has got some room. Keeps in the slot, he loses an edge. Now here's a shot. Giesbrecht teed it up as Boyce follows up as well. Giesbrecht takes that hard slap shot with his teammate down in front of him, popped it over. Here's another chance, redirected by Gorley and wide. Bison's that close to tying it. It's Giesbrecht trying to hold it in the line in a race for it. Pyatt trying to get around the Bison. As Pyatt though can't finish the race. And following up is Nate Yellowega. As Lynn will shovel it in. Giesbrecht, he'll reverse on the puck. Boyce trying to clear. Kept in by Lynn for a moment, then hops over his stick. Not sure why. Every man have their reasons. Face-off win by the Bisons as Giesbrecht will move up off the boards, and let's see what some speed does. And a big hit, though, as losing an edge at the last moment was Towns Kozicki, or Kozicki, I should say. He'll hold Cooper on the wall, though, as Bison's trying to get something going. Kozicki. He is the smallest guy on the ice right now at 5'3". He'll be shot in as the U15 AAA Rocky Mountain Classic. Well underway here at Winsport. Delta Green up 3-2. Long shot by on the feet from Scottdale, and I believe for Sandu, and a save made by Carly. Now, this Bison team has not gave up. They were down 2. Deficit erased. Now does Delta have something in store? They'll have to do it back in their own end to start things off. Delta doubling the shots. On the Bisons. Face off, tied up. And Sandu will try to exit the zone as Delta Green try to find into the Greer. Mohammed with the goal. So goals in succession. 12:07, 16:36, and 6:07. The Bisons have pounded their way back and have a lead once again here at the Rocky Mountain Classic, Day 2. Final play of the round robin. As Lynn will move it up. As Delta trying to tie it now. Less than 4 to go in this second period. As Tackney trying to dig the puck loose. It'll be bumped, and finally free is out to get it. Is Nate Yellowega. And the Bisons will once again have to defend against Delta. Delta's had the puck management, but the Bisons have found a way to manage their time effectively in the offensive zone. And they'll have an opportunity here as Matthews will shovel the puck in. Too far, though. Icing. Came from Damian Kravchak. The scramble in front, then the Bison started to pour it on as a couple of scrambles in front. First it was Ethan Watkins with the goal. Followed by a lob as Adam Hammond got the goal at 12:07 to make it 3-3. And then at 16:36 on a blooper, Braden Gorley cashes in to make it 4-3 Bisons after 40 minutes of play. The third period set up to be a dandy. Delta needing a win to make sure they're in the playoffs. The Bisons with a win make things in. The Jones Snyder Arena. Delta Green had a 2-1 lead after 20. But it's the Calgary Bisons with 3 straight to have a 4-3 lead after 40. We're into the final 20 minutes of play. Delta needs the win. Bisons need the win. Puck is down, and the Delta player trips up the Bison guy. As it will be Harrington, I think, is going to get called for tripping, but here's a chance for occasion as it's going to be a 4-on-4 opportunity coming up as Stephenson trips and falls, and we'll play a little 4-on-4 for 23 seconds. And it's going to be Dalton Tama. So we'll play four-side hockey. Face-off will be to the glove side of Mitchell Pierce, who has made 12 saves on 16 shots. Probably your player of the game candidate, Jack Carley. He's been terrific. Stephenson in to take the draw as we begin this four-side hockey. And then the Bisons will have a chance on the power play. They've scored once today with the man advantage. It's 4-on-4, plenty of room for Delta to work. Smooth skating, Harrington drops and now taken away. As here come the Bison. Stephenson stretch for Watkins, but he was zigged when he should have zagged, and now it's back to a power play for 1 minute and 33 seconds. As it'll be dropped in. Vlusic took a couple big penalties. Hasn't been out on many special teams opportunities. One of the better defensemen in this tournament. But again, the Bisons are turned back as some room for the captain as Luke Vlusic will give off to Nate Yellowega. Vlusic trying to touch it ahead is coming off the bench. Was Towns Kozicki, and here's Matthews with Kozicki. Matthews into the slot. His shot, good blocker save made by Pierce. Face off to the blocker's side of Jack Carley. Clean win by Delta. Lee feeds over to Oreskovic in the slot. Harrington trying to go behind the back on the pass, and that'll be taken away by the Bisons. As Lee will off the draw. As the second half of the double minor starts for Delta Green, but they're pushed back to the center circle. As Harrington with a goal in this game. Plays up around Yellowega. Keeps, wrap around, might have had a shot at it, but chipped to the point. Here's Lynn. Harrington high slot. Now for Orleskovic. His shot scores! What a snipe by Orleskovic! And this game is tied at 4 on the power play. And Hartman doing the damage there, but once again, the Bisons say return to sender and force the Delta Green back in their own end. They'll try once more. Korzicki has to hustle. Pyatt on his tail. Those big strides catch up to Korzicki. And now Giesbrecht able to try and settle down the puck for a second, but Harrington trying to feed in the slot. Going for Pantelakis, but it's taken away by Calgary. And they'll float it right in on goal to Pearson. Good hustle. Getting back and a little bit of a snow job by Reese Bungay. But it is covered by Delta Green. 9:20. And it's 5-4 Delta Green. I've quite thoroughly enjoyed this game. Maybe it'll last a little bit longer. Matthews will try to make that happen, but he ought to go back in his own end first as Delta Green swarming. Lynn will play it back. And now picked up as the Bisons. Giesbrecht trying to slide it ahead, but it's going to be a high stick as Yellowega will touch it. It is a high stick. Green with a 5-4 lead. There's a good hard check by Watkins trying to stir the pile and get something going as trying to get Delta back on their heels, but it will be cleared, and icing gonna be close. Icing called as DeGraves can't win that foot race though, unfortunately. Under close surveillance, but able to have some room. DeGraves moves the puck up as Guillaume will move it cross ice. Here's Mohammed. Chasing after it. For Calgary is Kozicki. Now quick touch pass, and Delta quickly out of their own end. As Orleskovic will shoot it in. Some strength and some power with him, and great finish Puck's going to roll. Icing be waved off. Gorley trying to get there with speed, but Cooper staples him off the puck. Harrington trying to clear, not out. Bison's push with less than 2 minutes to go in regulation. Turned over a shot! And that puck rolled on. Boyce might have helped if it could have fluttered in. It doesn't though. Vlusik a shot. Pitbulls, they score! Off a Delta Green player for the point, and Vlusik will cash in. This game's tied at 5. Oh my! At 18-14, Vlusik. And that's why I start calling it a throwing grenades towards the net. That one explodes on Graham. Turn back and Pyatt now has it. Into the final minute of play. In this third period. Who has anything left for a regulation win? Delta Green might have a chance. Sandu into the slot. Turned back at the ringette line. And now the Bisons will try to make some noise late. Stephenson in over the line, but a hair offside. With 39.3 seconds left. And I believe we're going to have a timeout by the Bisons. Or it'll be by Delta. How they want to just settle this down. Remember, Delta is 2-0. Points will this will be interesting for their tie-break situation if they can get a point. But because of the Bisons needing a win at all costs to keep their playoff hopes alive, the world is your oyster in these final 39.3 seconds. So it'll be a face-off outside the Delta zone. We'll see what they come up with. Matthews in to take the draw against top player for Delta, Jacob Orleskovic. Vlusik picks it up for the Bisons. Watkins trying to settle the puck down. Back come Delta Green, but they have to get back onside. Hang on. With 24 seconds left in regulation. Tied at 5. Harrington cut off by Watkins. Stretch pass for Stephenson. Maybe he's got some late magic. Tied up, and Delta Green will recover as D-to-D play. One last call. Orleskiewicz the chance, but he's turned back by Watkins, and we are headed to a shootout here at the Rocky Mountain Classic. There'll be 3 shooters. And as the home side, I believe, Bisons can choose whether they want to shoot first or last. And what a performance by Jack Carley. Makes 40 saves on 45 shots. The last one for Mitchell Pierce had no chance. Off of his own player's leg, and Vlusik to tie it. So we're in for a finish here at the Jones Snyder Arena at the Rocky Mountain Classic between the Bisons and Delta Prep Green. Braden Gorley, who scored in this game, will go first. Comes wide on the right wing side. Gorley, backhand scores! What a hold and a wait by Braden Gorley. Bisons cash in first. And the table is set for Jacob Orleskovic. He's got 2 goals in this game. He'll face Jack Carley. Orleskovic waiting, keeps, holds, stopped by Carley. And now to put the screws to Delta Green. Ethan Watkins has a goal today. Here he comes. Watkins, wide on Pierce, fires and a pad save. With ease by Pearson. You knew he was coming. Chase Harrington also with goals in this game today. As Harrington, 9 goals on the season in the SHL. Harrington, one-on-one with Carly. Forehand and denied by Carly once more. And now it's up to Caleb Matthews. Also a goal scorer in this game. Why not? Here's Matthews. He follows up, wide on the left wing side. Matthews to win it. He scores, he tucks it under. The Calgary Bisons win it in a shootout and have a shot at the playoffs here at the Rocky Mountain Classic. What a finish and conclusion to the third game as the hometown faithful Calgary Bisons win 6-5. Matthews with the winner. And the Bisons move to a record of 2-1. The table set. What a performance by the Bisons, and there's a couple ways I can go for the player of the game, but my vote goes to Jack Carly, the goaltender for the Calgary Bisons. And if I was to make a prediction, Jacob Orleskovic was terrific for Delta Academy. Bisons win 6-5 as they'll hand out the player of the game presentations here at the Rocky Mountain Classic. Just saying it just feels so good. And a bit of delay is as the player of the game for Delta will end up being Ryan Lynn, who had a couple big points as well. So I'm 0 for 1 on guesses. We'll see how the Bisons go here. They had a couple good choices as well. And the player of the game for the Calgary Bisons, who win 6-5 in a shootout. Jack Carly with 40 saves, no doubt about it. He was outstanding when he had to be and gave the Bisons a chance. And they have a chance at the playoffs here at the Rocky Mountain Classic. The Bisons surround their hero who got him there. Matthews wins it in a shootout, and the Bisons